And today on the program, boy, what a timely topic here. We're going to talk about reclaiming unity among believers who seem to be divided like everyone else right now. So, what would be the first step in leading a life of unity? What's the first step for us?
Well, God's kingdom has four levels. First of all, the personal level is that you got to unify yourself with God. In other words, you have to say to God, let God be true and every man, including me, a liar. So wherever I feel something different than what God says, I am disunified from him, and therefore he can't even help me. Then there's family unity. Okay? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. That the family structure is designed as God designs it, not how you think it ought to go. Thirdly is the church. The church holds the keys to the kingdom for the culture. So it's the job of the church to be a legislative agency from heaven across racial and cultural lines to bring God's presence into the church so it can flow through the church into the society. And then there's the fourth level, which is government. Since government is a ministry of God and government agents are to be ministers of God, then God's guidelines must be sought if you want to have an ordered society. So the principle is the closer a government is to God's divine precepts, the more ordered the society will be. The further the government is from God's precepts, the more chaotic the society will become. So unless we get leaders that align themselves to that way through the impetus and influence of the church, then we will not have a society that is an ordered place to live.
So one of our most important prayers at this particular junction in history then would be to start praying fervently that God would appoint leaders in our country, in our states, in our communities who love God.
Absolutely. And that believers in their everyday life will love God enough to reflect him in their decision making.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.